これクリアするまで毎週やっていきます。今日はしえんさんがいません。一人で怖いのやります。これセーブされてんのというか、はっ、さてね、さてこれをクリアできるのかどうかっていう話なんですけど、そもそもこれ何章まであるんですかね。えーっとあれ、読み込み長くない？読み込み長くない？なんか大丈夫これ？あれ、これ動いてる？エラー？エラーだわ。わあ、ねえわ。少々お待ちください。いやエラーって、違う違う違う。行くかなこれ。画面の切り替わりがいかない？書いてない。始まってください。いくかこれ。画面の切り替わりがいかない？あれ、なんでエラーなるの？書いてない。書いてる？始まってください。いくかこれ。ちょっと待って。あれ、なんでエラーなるの？書いてない。書いてる？ あ、戻ってきた。いける？いけるなこれ。よし、やっと戻ってきました。とりあえず待った、10分も過ぎてしまった。それでね、前回なんですが、ここでハンドルを回してぶっ壊れましたと。壊れたのはいいんですが、操作どうすんだっけ。違う、こうだわ。で、ハテナはチェックついてるから、どうすんのこれ。壊れたよ。上がらないよ。上がらないんですが、どうするんですか。
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
This muddy alley is yours? Good for you. I've got work to do.
I don't think that you've quite understood the situation. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
You don't have to do this.
Of course I do. And I'll even take pleasure in doing it. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
さっぱりわからん。さっぱりわからん。どうやって取引するの？やっぱ筋力やった方が良かったんだろうか。てか待てよ。ポイント何に振るって言ったっけ前。振れないか。どこに行けばいいんですかね。どこに行けばいいんですかね。何か増えてるわけでもなし。話してみると。
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
俺どうすればいいの？
You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
そう興奮せずに何もないよね。
He's gonna get us into trouble.
ここまだこれやってる。
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
そもそもここにいるの？ここにはいない？あ、別の人がいる。
What? Another break?
あ、間へ。
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
何？
Yeah. Aching guts.
ボロボロさ。
I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. It's something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our
つ
encounter.
まり
Tell me, what brings you to
話聞いて
Darkwater?
くれんの？本当のことを話す。
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so
お、いい
openly,
感じ？
but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
なるほど。
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we're gone.
The old families.
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
なるほど。
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
3つあるの。
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to
だけ
me.
だから。
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one,
それ
detective.
もあるよ。いい？
Follow me.
お、とりあえず。
Nobody
そこ行ける。
questions your authority here.
動きやす
I was
そうな
given to
格好
believe
だ
that
な。
Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
あの像は
And the police?
オカルト
They
ない
did
からわから
nothing
ないん
to
だ
stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
You're not sailors.
あ、この。てか山。今更だけど山トゲトゲ。お？
It's fine.
上になんかあるね
He's with me.。
お、ぶつかった。へいへいへい。へい。 結局こっち行くしかないのか。
Be a gentleman and move that for me.
あれで、ここに入ると。鍵じゃ
That's
ない
how
の
it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
入りたかった、そうか。セーブしました。K。
Oh, this place stinks.
すごい匂いだ。
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
再現に入ります。あ、これは心理学。
What happened here?
顔見たくなかった？わからんね。あ、これ自分の影か？あ、違う違う違う。やっぱ終わったのか。怖え。こっちは何もない。え？何これ？何これ？
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
え？なんで写真がこんなに？
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
行かねえんじゃねえの？
Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
今のは目星で。
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
魚？
It smells as bad as it looks.
これは威嚇。
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
こんなもん全部見た？いやー、何これ。まず出ますね。キャラクターポイントで得しました。あと何もない感じ。
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there?
誰かいる
You!
のか？
Don't move!
これです。
Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
お互い協力しましょう。筋力。いや、ここは
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce.
なんでだ
I
よ。
hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
あ、わかったぞ。
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of
行き
course.
たいですね。
You want to go back along his trail.
I'd like to understand how this painting made it to
誰持っ
here.
てきたのこれ。
Come on. My car's parked down the way.
車ってあんなのしたや
Andrews,
つ。
would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again.
しょまた。
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
好きだ。
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
なるほどな。わかりました。行くんですな。さて。あ、ここの映像見た。ここページで見た。え？あ、これ誰か見てんの
？Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
ウィンチェスターのおっさんだけだ。ウィンチェスターのおっさんだけだ。確かに焼き落ちたと思ったけど残ってるんだもんな。あれ
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them.
なるほど。
Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
どうなってる？何が気をつける？
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not?
知らん人だけだとちょっと
Right. Let's
あ
go.
れだと思うので行かせてもらおう一緒に。っていうかこれなんかてか画面がなクリックできなくなってんだなさっきから。画面がさっきからクリックできなくなっててちょっと俺はちょっと困ってる。うわ、キーボードでしか選択できねえ。4持ってんのか。出て、どうしよう。話術。ここから人と結構話すのであれば話術欲しいよな。でも人の行動てかあれハンドル壊れたのってあれもしかして成功だったのか。あれちょっと待って違うのこれで1個上がる。でとりあえず行く。本当だね、別のある人よかったかな。調べる。調べに来て、調べに来て。
1693. This house is much older than it seems, but the architecture seems too recent. The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set
Poor
foot back
kid.
here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary?
Poor kid.
Steal a burnt painting. I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins. Poor kid. I'll have to find another entrance.
あ、なに一人で行く感じこれ。え、いいの？これ何？もう一回墓調べとかそういうのやんなきゃいけなかった？
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
どこに住んでんだ？
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin.
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
って何よ？
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
わ。
Pierce, shall we enter?
お前
Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
お前あれが気になる。
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated
ああ、
from
やっ
the
ぱこ
world.
こに住んでるんだ。
Rather Spartan. I know a thing or two about solitude myself. This gate is locked.
オッケー。お待たせ、行くよ。
Pierce, shall we enter?
Let's take a look inside.
中を見に行きます。
I'm with you.
ピアスとブラと一緒にホーキンス邸の庭園を探索した家族は敷地の墓地に葬られ、サイラス・ウィンチェスターが守っている。今も主人への忠誠心を捨てず、大手にこの場所を見守り続ける。年老いた世話人であるピアスとブラッドリーは彼をなだめることに成功し、ホーキンス邸の鍵を受け取るのだった。二人で建物に入って火事現場を探した。
Follow me. I know the place.
私はこの場所よく知ってるかな。ってこと
Who
は
left this
ここに
light
来たことある？誰？この電気をつけっぱなしにしたんだ。うわ、ネズミ。何も調べられるものはない。うわ、雲がすんげえ。うわ、ハエ。
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
うわ。飯食おうとしてそのまんま火事でやられたって。
What kind of meat is this?
わかんなかったの？何の肉かわかんなかったのこれ。皿が割れてる。何の肉これ。
This place is for the head of the family, Charles
主
Hawkins.
人の席だ。急いで立ち上がった。これ顔半分隠れてね。
The boy was probably here,
ここにいたんだ。
smashed his plate on the floor.
この辺は調べられない。あ、これか。
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched?
食事に手をつけなかったんだろう。
Something happened at this table. An
か
argument?
してる？なんか他にあるか残り。 たし何かまずい肉だったとかそういうので私は食べられないよってなったら怒ってるか。
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all
す
day.
ごくない？
The scene of the fire is next door.
隣の部屋。隣で火事起きたの？ああ。ここ通る。
Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
おっと、なんか拾ってきたか
？Too much rubble. I'll find an easier
瓦
way.
礫が遅い。瓦礫なんかありませんか？なんもないんですね。クモンスだけですね。
Charles and Sarah's wedding is painted by Sarah
書
herself.
いたのか。これなんかもっと他にあったのかな。
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
あ、しみる。オッケー、再現。ほんとこういう雰囲気は。で、
Did someone escape the fire?
火事から逃れたのか。
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the
み
others?
たいな跡が残ってる。
They had a fight.
言
Why?
い争いをしてランプの火
Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
どうしてだ？ なんだ殺したとか。生きてんじゃねえのかこいつ。
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
お酒あ、全部クリア。
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
これ持ち出したってことだよな。そうなると。
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident.
これは事故なんかじゃない。
This was a fight.
おう。
Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
これから切るのこうか。つけてた方がいいのか。
This door is locked.
鍵がかかってるってなるとこっち。ネズミがいる。医学。上がった。上がったけど、次何をあげるかだよな。段階上がる。物がかけられてる。
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
やけどを負って治療しよう、治療っていうか、まず怪我したところに巻いたのがこの包帯。本棚に何かあるわけじゃない。
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. This door is blocked from the outside. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
多分アイテムとか手に入れてないと解除できなかったセリフもあったりするんだろうな。気のせい？気のせい？この白の何？窓の明かりか？ すんげえクモの巣。このとこに巣張ったって、もう餌なんて手に入らないだろうに。
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
人体比較分析。で、これで医学が上がる。医学なんぼなの？
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest.
あまりない。
We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
なるほど。これはあの絵と一緒か？
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
つけるということ。
Did you hear that?
え、今聞こえた。
This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire.
何もない。
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins...
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
あとは？こんなもんだろうか。
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
あとは上？ 次のセーブでとりあえず終わります。お、いや、雷。あ、電気。え、電気を消すことができるんだっけ？
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
ついてる。私と本当にそれはクジラだったのか。
There's something disturbing about this painting.
何この絵。
20,000 leagues under the sea.
海底に。
Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
バールだ。
Crowbar
エクスカリバール。
could prove useful.
後で使えるかもしれない。マジか。ん？どこで？え、てかセーブ出た？まだ？
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
そしたらなんかなる。
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
警察に電話すると口に出すようなことをしたようだ。 様のことに目をつぶっていることはできない。恐怖に陥れたら何したの？これさっきの塞がれてるところをびっくりした。絵がゾワってくるよ。ちょっと警察、俺一人で行くの？やだよ。ねえ。ちょっと。
Locked.
ない。これ。何？子供部屋
？The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
作るよね、子供の時こういうの。ちっちゃい隙間に音かかせて。
Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
ちょっと俺が苦手なタイプのいっぱいです。遠慮していただきたい。
What will her room reveal about her?
これはサラ・ホーキン。夜間めっちゃうるせえ。
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
一応回数それなしで来ていけなくなる覚えがある。強すぎる薬って依存するよ。いや、それともそれがないともう寝れなくなるとかそういう。あれ？これで開けんのか。
This padlock is too complicated for me. A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller. That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent? It's no use. The padlock won't give.
の鍵どこの鍵だろう。これだ。 隣に入ると、これセーブないの？これセーブないの？セーブメインメニューに戻ったらセーブできるとかそういうのない？セーブどこ？びっくりした。は
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? The door is blocked on the other side. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life. Bradley? Is that you?
Yeah, キャンセル。セーブってどうするんですかこれ？セーブってどうする？セーブないの？
Is anyone there?
終わりたいな、そろそろ。いやー、怖い。
You! Stop!
セーブしますので、だからここで終わりますね。また来週お願いします。それでは、お疲れ様でした。